Alrighty guys, so today, well, Kate's just at the graveyard visiting a family member. Today we are heading up to Kadina. I've got to go get a size up from the Pinky Rats, which is the Velvets. And I'm going to show you where I actually got Rusty from. So I'll keep you guys updated on what happens. We have currently made it to Kadina, and I've got to show you guys a few things. Just have a look at this. Look at the size of that big boy. So that's the pet owner's shop owner snake. That's their snake. But then they used to have mini bearded dragons, all these ones. And when we got a big boy at the back there, so cute. There's the little bearded right there. Then they got some frogs.
I reckon.
Oh, look at that big boy.
It's only little. The fat one's back there. Where Fred was.
And then you have this big boomer. Sup, bud? I wish I could just touch you. And then also, guys, this is where we got Rusty, which would be the they don't sell them, but that's where I got him from, in those little areas there. Alright, so obviously it looks a bit bigger than normal. It's because they're Velvets. They're the next size up from the Pinky Rat. So let's get back into the car and go home. Well, first we've got to go to Kmart. Alright, so you're probably thinking, Josh, at the start of the video you said you were going up to Kadina to get Velvet Rats, when you've only just started feeding him Pinky Rats. What is the difference between Pinky and Velvet? Well, Velvet Rats are a little bit bigger than the normal rats. I'll show you how that is. So Velvet and Pinky Rats are usually half the size of what these babies are. They're quite bigger. When I get home, I'll show you the difference between the size difference. Alright, so I've just gone home and now it's time to show you guys the difference between Velvets and Pinky Rats. So, just got them out the freezer and it's time to show you the difference. Alright, let's do it. Alright, time to show you guys the difference. So this is a Pinky Rat, and that is a Velvet. So that's a Velvet, that's a Pinky. That's the difference between both strains of different breeds of rats. As you can see, the Velvets are just starting to get the hair on them, and Pinkies are still naked. So that is basically just the difference of, you know, Pinky Rat versus a Velvet. Alright, now that that's all sorted with and we've got that out the way, Rusty is looking a bit like he's going into shed. So what I'm going to do is pull him out the cage, run a lukewarm bath for him, and then hopefully that helps the shed come unstuck. Let's do it. Alright, so basically what we want to do is we want to pull this out. We want to run the bath so it's lukewarm, and then get Rusty out of his cage, and then put a bit of cold on, have it lukewarm. Now the most important thing when you are bathing your snake when they go in the shed is do not have the bath water so where it burns them, just have it just a tiny bit warm so it's just warm enough for you to loosen up that skin. You should be able to submerge your hand in that water like I've done right now and it shouldn't burn you, which that's not burning me, which is perfect for Rusty to be in. Alright, so the bath has filled up, and now it is time to pull Rusty out of his cage and put him in the bath. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'll let you know what I've done. So I've pulled Rusty out of his cage. Now time to go put him in the bath, and hopefully he sheds all that dry skin. As you can see, he's going a bit like wrinkly and whatnot. So time to put him in the bath and watch what happens. Ready? Puts him in the bath, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to loosen up all that stuck shed. So I'll quickly do that. So usually what I do is I just let him sit in there for about 10 to 15 minutes while I wait for him to soak up and release that shed. And if it hasn't released by tomorrow, then I'll put him back in for another 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll keep repeating this process until that skin comes off. And then once he's done with his 10 or 15 minute soak, I'll just put him back in his enclosure. Don't get out, mate. And then shut the lid and let him finish the rest of the job off if he can. Alrighty. I'm going to keep this one short, sharp and shiny, but hope you guys have learned something about what's the difference between Pinky versus Velvet Rats. And if you guys learned something today, please chuck me a thumbs up, please give this video a like, and share it to your friends and family. Anyways guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!